I analyzed the top Polymarket wallets, the ones printing millions, and uncovered 14 strategies they use to print money from the most ridiculous events. One of them explains why even the Jesus returns market has a 3 to 4% price and how that riskless rate applies to every trade you make. These aren't beginner tips, these are battle-tested systems built on real mispricings, real data, and real edge. At the end, I'll show you the exact tools to track, analyze, and copy trade whales in real time. My name is Zhenya, I'm a former software engineer turned founder of a mobile crypto trading app, Ape-In. The first one is nothing ever happens. Sell the news, fade the chaos. Most traders lose because they think headlines matter. They think every rumor is the beginning of World War III. Meanwhile, professionals know the truth. Nothing ever happens. 90% of geopolitical hype resolves into stalemates, silence, or we will meet next Thursday. Retail sees a headline and buys yes. You buy no. Here's why this works. Emotional headlines create temporary price spikes, but the fundamentals don't change. You're fading human psychology, not the event. Here's the play. Set real-time alert traps, X, Telegram, Discord. You want the dopamine addicts to work for you. Every time yes spikes 15% in a few hours, buy no instantly. Every time a recurring rumor pumps yes the third, fourth, or even fifth time, you load no. Whenever a new market opens with a ridiculously low yes price like 8 to 12%, you buy no early and let it slide back to reality. Your exits are simple. Take 15 to 30% or wait for full retrace, and always bail early if actual proof drops. Sell the hype, buy the boredom. You are trading human nature. Did you know that your position size moves the price and therefore decreases your potential profit? Check my Polymarkets tutorial on how to read order book and provide liquidity. Copy trading profitable whales. Some wallets are monsters, consistent triple-digit returns. They are not guessing. They have systems, arbitrage, delta-neutral pairs, data feeds, sometimes actual insiders. You cannot beat them, but you can copy them. Tools like Polysites, BetMore, and Polymarket Analytics shows the top performers. You filter for whales with fewer but higher conviction bets. Those traders are operating with skill, not luck. Once you find them, you use automation bots to mirror their entries in real time. No all-in, 1 to 2% allocations per whale. You want 5 whales max. Copy too many and you become an index fund. Your job is right behind them without getting greedy. Never copy 100%, keep 60 to 70% of bankroll for your own trades. Stop copying any whale after 2 consecutive negative 20% weeks. New scalping. Buy the headline, sell the rip. This is for traders who are chronically online. When breaking news hits, momentum explodes before anyone understands what's happening. If you're fast, you ride the first wave. If you're late, you become food. Here's the move. As soon as high-impact headline drops, Donny from Queens, Fed, ceasefire, new tariffs, breaking political scandal, you buy the side that spikes. Don't overthink it. Momentum beats logic. Then you sell into the panic buyers within minutes. This strategy is about pure speed. The first 30 seconds matter. If you are late, do not chase. You sell before the order book thins out. The money is made before retail arrives. It's the closest thing to a day trading adrenaline shot you'll find on-chain. If you are learning new strategies and want YouTube to recommend more videos like this one, hit the like button. Personality-driven mention trading. Some people talk too much. Donny from Queens gives hour-long monologues and repeats phrases 6 times. Other politicians give 12-minute statements with teleprompters and 0 surprises. This predictability is edge. The strategy: bet yes on predictable mentions during long speeches, or bet no when speaker is controlled, scripted, or unlikely to go off-book. You are trading human behavior, not politics. Events with long schedule durations and high emotional stakes are gold mines because people forget the speaker patterns and bet emotionally instead of statistically. President's UN speech had a mention market. Will president mention rigged election? Yes was trading at 67 cents. Speech ran 78 minutes and he mentioned it 4 times. Yes resolved, giving 49% profit. Fifth strategy is specific to Fed's rate cuts. The Federal Reserve telegraphs everything. They warn you in speeches, they leak through their favorite journalists, and they publish minutes. They basically say we are cutting rates next month. Yet somehow markets still price it wrong. The key voices to track are Powell, Williams, Jefferson, Weller, and especially Nick Timiraos at the Wall Street Journal, the Fed's unofficial messenger. Your job is to read these signals faster than retail by following their speeches on federalreserve.gov, watching Timiraos on X, and checking CME FedWatch to spot when the market odds lag behind the new narrative. When the central bank hints toward a move, you trade ahead of the repricing. This works because retail underestimates how slow markets adjust to boring macro news. Liquidity isn't instantaneous. Pricing lags, you trade the lag, and you print. Positive EV grinding. Some events have a 90 or 95% chance of one outcome, but the market still prices them at 75 or 80% because retail cannot resist the dream of a 10x underdog payout. This is where pure math prints. The strategy is simple. Buy the highly likely outcome at a discount, write it back toward fair value, or just hold it until it resolves. These aren't flashy trades. They won't buy you a Lambo today, but they quietly compound into real money. Think of it like buying safe bonds. A perfect example. On November 12th, the market for Jerome Powell remains Fed chair through 2025, set at 87%. By November 11th, it drifted up to 96%, a clean 10 points, 10% gain in just 2 weeks, for something that was basically already true. Break media narratives, trade reality. In geopolitics and elections, the biggest edge comes from seeing reality earlier and more accurately than the crowd. Western media either misreads or more often pushes certain narratives that don't match what's actually happening on the ground, creating massive mispricings on Polymarket. If you speak the local language, follow regional influencers, or understand cultural sentiment, you'll immediately see when global traders are betting on the wrong narrative. That alone becomes a repeatable edge, but you can take it even further with ground-up fundamental analysis. Instead of trusting headlines, you rebuild the situation from verified facts, troop locations, frontline maps, satellite imagery, local leaks, historical patterns. For the Russia-Ukraine conflict, that often means monitoring independent Telegram channels that publish real movements and footage long before major outlets adjust their story. Once you have the facts, you model the next few months. When markets spike on hype, a speech, a rumor, a vague sources say update, but nothing changes on the ground or in local sentiment, you faded. You're not trading narratives, you're trading reality, while everyone else reacts to noise. Girlfriend Paul Alpha. Yes, it sounds funny, but it's real alpha. Reality TV, Taylor Swift pregnancy rumors, surprise album drops, Kanye West getting arrested. These pop culture markets are consistently mispriced because male traders think they understand what's happening outside of the world's largest casino. But your girlfriend and your female friends do. You poll 5 to 10 of them. Do you think Taylor drops an album next month? Or does this Swift pregnancy rumor feel real? Is Kanye West actually getting arrested this week, or is it just internet noise? Their aggregate intuition is often more accurate than any model. They consume this ecosystem daily. They understand the emotional cycles, the fan behavior, and the drama beats. Mention markets always default to no. Mention markets are addictive traps. Every week someone thinks president will mention crypto at the UN. He won't. Every week someone thinks a CEO will name a competitor on the stage. They won't. Low duration markets heavily overprice yes because it's exciting. Default to no. Unless there is a long history of similar events, the speaker is a known yapper, the word fits the narrative. You fade everything else. Main character rotation. Politics isn't rational, it's narrative. Attention shifts overnight. Today's favorite becomes tomorrow's meme. You anticipate the vibe shift before the crowd. The strategy. Identify the overhyped candidate. Find the next likely winner of attention. Buy them early at 10 cents. Sell them when the vibe shifts and they become the main character. You're trading attention cycles, not policy. Riskless-rate discounting. Some of the strangest polymarket markets, like aliens arrive by 2030 or Jesus returns, still trade at 2 to 4% yes. Not because anyone thinks they will happen, but because long-duration markets carry a built-in time value distortion. It's called time value of money theory. No side capital gets locked for years. Eventually, no holders need liquidity, sell early, and create short-lived spikes where the yes price is artificially high. You use the alien market around 3.8% as the riskless rate for long-term binaries. If another multi-year event like Taiwan 2026 invasion market is trading at 8%, you discount it by 3.8% benchmark. The real probability is closer to 4%. So the strategy is simple. Place staggered limit order to buy no roughly 3.8% below the quoted price. Wait for liquidity-driven spikes and capture the edge when the market snaps back. You are not trading geopolitics, you are trading the math of locked capital and mispriced time value. Fake news pattern recognition. Fake campaign filings, fake screenshots, fake scandals. Retail falls for them instantly. Professionals don't. You build a mental database of past hoaxes. When a new one drops, you check the pattern. If it matches previous fakes and comes from a suspicious account, you fade the spike. You profit from people who don't verify anything or believe mainstream media. Partial resolution advocacy. Some polymarket markets don't fail because the event is unclear. They fail because the rules are unclear. This becomes rule fights, and if you see them coming, you can profit even when the event goes against you. A market asked whether Zelensky would wear a suit. His outfit ended up being a military-style jacket with structured seams that kind of looked formal. Half traders argued it wasn't a suit, half argued it was close enough. The debate dragged on and resulted in a partial 60-cent resolution. If you had bought no at 30 to 40 cents anticipating ambiguity, partial credit turns a mediocre position into a clean profit. When Russian troops moved into Donetsk, Lugansk, traders disagreed whether it counted as a new invasion. The result was a rule war where the wording mattered more than the reality. A trader expecting a partial settlement could enter around 40 to 50 cents and still come out ahead when the committee didn't give a clean yes or no. So spot vague terms like suit, invade, announce, wear. Buy early at 20 to 40 cents. When the rule fight starts, push for partial settlement. You are not predicting the event, you are predicting the argument. Cultural calendar alpha. Governments don't like humiliating themselves on important national holidays. They avoid bad news, controversial actions, or embarrassing moves close to culturally significant dates. You use this to your advantage. When a market expects a big move right before a pride-heavy holiday, you fade it because culturally it's unlikely to happen. This edge exists because most traders ignore cultural calendars completely. It's not political science, it's game theory. Because Polymarket is fully on-chain, every trade, wallet, and flow is public, but unreadable without the right tools. These platforms let you look inside the chain and analyze every move with real precision. Polysites.xyz tracks top wallets, insiders, and trader ROI. Polymarketsanalytics.com shows market stats, trader leaderboards, and historical odds. Hashdive.com reveals whale flows and big money positioning. Polycule.trade autocopy trades from select wallets via Telegram. Talkwalker.com monitors real-time news and sentiment that move markets. FractionAI.xyz AI that analyzes markets and suggests trades. PredictShark.io lets you build parlays for bigger payouts. And Moondev AI agent GitHub repo has multiple AI agents you can query for market opinions. That's the full playbook. 14 strategies and 8 tools that the best traders on Polymarket use every single day. If you master even first 3 strategies, you will outperform 90% of retail. Hit the like button and let me know in the comments, will Kim Kardashian pass the bar exam by May 3rd? See you next time.